Hello?
Hello and welcome to the stream. I'm Bones McKay, and this is my girlfriend slash wife slash mistress, Ursula Gray.
Hello?
Multifaceted lady in my life.
Oops.
The
gotta
bun on the
turn
couch, that's Leopold, our
Oh,
cat.
no. I need to turn on my
Camera.
camera.
Oh
My
no.
little computer camera.
Professional as always.
Very much so.
We are the most professional kids on the block. You can never reach us.
Do you like our assortment of furniture behind me?
We're moving. Hello, Mel the Snow. Dionysia Arts. Oh my god. Hefty Chonk, yes he is. Charles. Who else? Nova. Cinemuff. Grace Day. Tilly Biggs. Amy Owen. Haley Perry. Hello to all of you.
Hello.
I saw Alias Echo as well. Hello to you and all of your battery lives.
Hello, hello.
We were comparing battery charges, and
Yes.
mine has jumped up to 72%.
Oh, heck.
Yeah, it was 69 not a minute ago. Amalthea is staring into the void. Is she? I don't. She's been going. They've been going through the jungle jungle gym of furniture
Yes.
all the time. It's their new favorite thing. Jokes on them. It's gonna be removed soon.
Yes.
Double jokes on them. Their whole house is gonna be different soon.
Their whole house will be removed.
Triple jokes on them.
Exchange for new house.
Put them in a box, set them in new house. Here you go. Have fun.
They're gonna love that.
Amalthea is not gonna be happy. Actually, I don't know how the cats are gonna react to being in a new house.
Right? They've been in this house all their lives.
Yeah, they were born in this house.
They were
They
not
were-
born.
Yeah, so they haven't been here all their lives,
Oh,
is what I'm
shoot.
saying.
Sorry. They've been in our care in
The
this
majority
house.
of their
majority
life.
of their life.
Yes. Is this Avo?
It's
Yes, we're
indeed.
working on Avo. We're designing some characters, apparently. I didn't know we were going to do this.
I
I
decided.
know it was floated, the idea of doing so, because Ursula needs to design these guys so that she can put the thing together, because I finished the book.
Did. I'm so proud of him.
I am proud of me, too. Right now, I am filling out a survey, because I am done group therapy. I am free.
Woohoo!
And I have 23 questions to answer about my satisfaction with the program. Jonathan? It is Donathan, you're right.
Is Dawn. I don't know how to draw Dawn. I really like what I did here. The little cat face. Because I love Dawn with all my heart. But
Can we-
man, I do not know what he looks like.
Can we please read Avo? Can we please read Bones? Read Avo? Soon. And by soon, I mean not soon at all. Probably the autumn of 2021.
Like last year.
Don't worry, it's really easy to change this one. It's not like you go 1994, 5. It's 2021.
True.
Thanks for saying my name right. Oh, I didn't even know. I am terrible at names, so yay. I'm glad I got it right. Boople Doople, hello. What size do you use for the canvas?
It depends. So for my comic pages, well, I work in like 6 by 9 inches basically, and when I'm drawing, I tend to like expand that up a bunch to be much bigger. But those are the like ratio I use. So, yeah. When I'm just doing this like for character designs, because like I don't know what even is my resolution for this.
Hmm.
Okay, 2000.
Dawn is Frozone. Where's my super suit?
So yeah, so this is 2160 by 1620. But for this, I'm just like, I don't really care what the canvas sizes because I'm just doodling like character design stuff. But for printed stuff, I tend to do much bigger. Much, much bigger. It's usually like 4,000 by 7,000 pixels. My goodness. You like my hair? Thank you. I've gotten lots of compliments on my hair today.
Well, for once, it's not crap.
Thank you. I went, so at my work, there's like one coworker who got her hair done at one point, and ever since everyone teases her about having amazing hair. That's a meme at my work, and I'm afraid now because today at a group meeting, one of my coworkers mentioned how great my hair looked, and I was like, no, I don't want to be the new hair girl.
I like your bangs, they say.
Thank you. I cut them myself.
What a backhanded compliment. It wasn't a compliment.
It was an insult.
It was an insult wrapped in some pretty tinfoil.
It's unusually pleasant today. Thank you.
I'm just bopping to this new album.
I'm living for it. So I want Don to have kind of like dreamy little handsome eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of dreamy, sleepy.
I have
looking.
no image of Dawn in my head whatsoever. I'm sorry. That's why I never describe him.
Gosh.
Because I have no image. He's just a boy of good breeding.
He do be.
Is he, though?
Listen. He's just a nice boy, okay?
He's
He's silly.
he's up to a legal business.
He may have a comically large Tommy gun, but
Did I specify Tommy gun? It's just a comically large gun.
oh, okay. I imagine a Tommy gun. So.
There you go. I don't have image of Don except he has a gun. Yes.
Yes.
Which he never uses.
No. Disappointing.
Yeah. Chekhov's gun. I don't use enough guns.
I know. Why was no one
Shooting the
shooting
dragons.
the dragons? Hello. I don't think it would do much, but it would
Wait.
be a fun scene.
Just shoot Faria.
And she like steps out from a cloud of smoke like an anime, like without any
Gun go
injury.
brr. Exactly.
I imagine he wears stripes. Oh. See, that's the fun thing about 1920 suits is like they started to be able to use like patterns. So the boys' suits have crazy patterns. It's very fun. So they had stripes, they had mismatchy colors, which you don't see in the black and white photos. But they had fun colors. Faria ties. Got new Posca pens? Heck yeah.
Ba, 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 ba,
I
ba.
imagined one of those giant war muskets. No.
Comically large sniper.
Oh my god.
Hi, Bones and Urzul.
Wow.
I've been binging all your vids the last few weeks as I work on my own comic. Thanks for all your wonderful content. Sorry. Thank you, Magpie B. I love me some magpies.
Heck yeah. Thank you so much for watching. And good luck on your comic stuff.
Were you involved as much as you wanted in decisions about your treatment? No. I'm answering
Oh, I thought that was
beautiful.
a question in chat. I was like, what treatment?
No, it's for my my survey.
Oh,
I'm
right.
filling out a
For
survey.
your
Do you get the
therapy.
kind of service you wanted / needed? No.
No. So yeah, I want Don to have like, there's that like little slicked back wavy hair look. That's just adorable.
Yeah.
I want him to have that.
Dawn doesn't have a face, but in my head, but specifically wears stripes and poo brown and yellow. He does not. Because he literally wears burgundy. That's his only defining feature.
His one description is that he wears burgundy.
He's got an audacious burgundy suit.
And a comically large gun.
Yeah. No. So this is Dawn. He's a character from Avo. He does not have a childhood version of him. I did not create this character when I was 13.
No.
I created him for this draft specifically. Yeah. He wasn't he just gained he was like an extra that just gained some life of his own over the course of drafts.
Oh my goodness. Bones just dried up into a raisin now.
Yeah. Been working on my first actual comic, and backgrounds are so scary.
They do be, but you gotta do them like
Thanks
eating
for
your
stopping by,
greens.
Grace.
Yeah, thanks for coming. But yeah, you gotta draw backgrounds like you eat your greens. You don't always like it, but it's good for you. And you grow big and strong. Decided recently to start doing my comic because I'm horrible at everything else, and this seems like a perfect creative outlet. Been watching this channel as an aid. Thanks so much. Oh, thank you for watching and looking through our content. I hope it's been helpful.
I was so confused because he said Roland. Not that that has any application to me whatsoever.
That name.
I was like, how do you know?
Oh my goodness.
That's what Ursula calls me. Roland.
Roland?
Oh, God.
Happy Valentine's Day. Ooh.
Tomorrow is my top surgery anniversary. I've
Alright.
officially been boobless for about a year now.
Heck yeah.
Without the baps.
No more baps.
Badumpa don't. Raymond McCain. Oh, goodness.
Oh, Ray.
My initials are Ramp.
Ramp.
Ramp. I did that on purpose. I was like, I need to have a good, like, acronym for my name, and Ramp is good.
Mine is.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, we're at the weird part of the
The track.
track.
It's a nice when you're actually listening to the track.
That's true.
It's fine as long as it wasn't for the the opening where it's yeah, we're fine.
We're fine.
We'll enjoy. I wish I was Bobby Boop Bop Bop Doop Bop 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 Bop. Yeah, same. Oh wait, I am sorry. That sounds like such a brag.
I
But
know.
I just meant, oh yeah, me too. Like I was trying to like be like empathetic.
Man, I'm so
I was there.
relatable.
That's what I wanted to say.
There you go.
I wanted to say been there, but I was like, me too. And then it went downhill.
I am very boobful.
She's got enough boob for all of us. This is the first stream I could make it to, and I'm so happy. My drawing tablet just arrived a few hours ago.
Ooh,
Whoa.
that's exciting.
Amalthea's in a box behind you.
Do you see her?
She's found a box.
Oh, she go in. She baby. Ursula boobied booby fully down the stairs. Yes.
Yes.
Oh man, I love do you ever think like how would a man describe me in his literature novel? Men writing women, exactly.
Sorry, I'm looking something up. You vamp for me.
Okay. I don't know how to draw Dawn. I'm getting there. I think I'm getting to like Lul-esque. I think I need to make his face more not like Lul. Like less like square.
Oh, that's okay. I was just trying to find my favorite men writing women quote.
Okay.
She was a dull person, but a sensational invitation to make. Wait, what is it? Okay. She was a dull person, but a sensational invitation to make babies. Men looked at her and wanted to fill her up with babies right away. She hadn't had even one baby yet. She used birth control.
She hadn't even had one baby yet.
That's Slaughterhouse-Five.
I was like, this sounds like satirical.
Yeah. What are some of the man descriptions in that? Because
They're also fun.
Slaughterhouse-Five has its problems, but man, Tralfamadorians, I feel it.
Her jeans were so tight you could hear her credit card number through her back pocket.
It's amazing. That's a good.
That's a good one.
That's how tight I want my jeans.
I remember my English teacher telling us like bad metaphors, but some of them were like amazing metaphors. One of them was like, she caught his eye, like one of those hooks on a door that you could catch your eye on.
Oh my god.
Girl's legs are losing circulation. She can't move. Let me go bleach my ears and eyes. Oh. The lamp stood there like an inanimate object, yes.
Oh my god.
I love descriptions
I
like
remember
that.
my dad bringing. No, it was. Okay, my dad and Gally both did this to me.
Mm-hmm.
They brought that like terrible metaphors list,
Mm-hmm.
and I love them.
They're good. They're great metaphors.
As long as the only bad metaphors are ones that you mix unintentionally.
Yes.
I hate a poorly mixed metaphor. But I love a poorly on purposefully mixed metaphor. Okay, bad metaphors. Oh my god, I've been stuttering so bad.
That's okay.
It's because I'm aware of it. Twirls was right. I don't want to give Twirls the satisfaction. Okay. His thoughts tumbled in his head, making and breaking alliances like underpants in a dryer without cling free. 100% positive these are from actual student papers. Update, they are not. Okay.
Oh, okay.
He spoke with the wisdom that can only come from experience, like a guy who went blind because he looked at a solar eclipse without one of those boxes with a pinhole in it, and now goes around the country speaking at high schools about the dangers of looking at a solar eclipse without one of those boxes with a pinhole in it. They're so good.
They're so specific and good.
Like, these are the kind of things that, like, they'll try and warn you off of writing, and then everyone's prose gets like very purple because there's no flair to it.
Exactly.
Like when you're writing, you have to think of your POV, and that's the lens that will like color your story. Can't watch the stream, but you guys rock. You rock too.
You rock too.
Tiramisu. She had a deep, throaty, genuine laugh, like the sound a dog makes just before it throws up. Her vocabulary was as bad as, like, whatever. Oh, I love this one. He was as tall as a 6'3" tree.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
People are
goodness.
scared to break the rules, but I love those gubbins.
Heck yeah.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means. The little boat gently drifted across the pond, exactly the way a bowling ball wouldn't. They're all kind of jokes. Is the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, totally.
It's snot. It's muc. That's funny. I read this book as a kid called Snot Stew,
Oh,
and
I don't like it already.
it was about cats, and there was they were owned by like these people, and these kids are always fighting, and they go, his snot is stew, and the cat thinks it's snot stew, and he comes in and he's like, where's the food? Because he's a cat. There's also a cat in that who like mocks a dog all the time and eventually gets his tail bitten off.
Oh. Goodness.
He's always walking around along the fence like, haha, can't catch me, dog. And then the dog gets him.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't. Okay. I need to know. Oh
He
my god.
needs
Okay.
to-
It was a real book. Okay. Bill Wallace. Snot Stew. What is this? What? Tell me. Thinking about warrior cats getting disemboweled.
Oh God. Goodness.
What a weird book. Goodreads. Let's look at some Goodread reviews of Snot Stew. When did this book come out? Like, what's the details here? Like, what's the lowdown? 1989.
Whew.
Okay. It's not easy being a kitten. Don't get me wrong. I love being scratched behind the ears, chasing Butch the dog, and eating mother's stew. My brother Toby and I learned about people things when we were adopted by Sarah and Ben. The only problem with kid people, okay, is the games they like to play, like Dress the Cat and Snot Stew. It's Snot Stew, but what is it? It's making a bully out of Toby and a wreck out of me. What is this book? This is the book that made me realize I loved books. It was the spark that led me to reading books today. Children just need to find a book that they identify with, which contains something of their interest. I love cats, and my mom knew it. She gave me this book when I was 7, and I loved it. Well, there you go. See? There's a whole bunch of 5-star reviews. So I'm going to say that Snot Stew is actually a good book. Oh, wait, there's a 1-star review. The only thing I liked was that it was told from the perspective of a cat. Otherwise, I liked nothing about this book.
Nothing.
Redeemable features? Cat wrote it. I
Oh
love
my
looking at
goodness.
1-star reviews.
They are fun. It's pardon me.
Sensitive 7-year-old found this book to be too scary. You know what? Fair. It's violent. Cat. Okay, those are the only 2 negative reviews. It's scary and the cat wrote it. Message won't send.
Needs more cats?
Sarah and Ben are such 90s child story names. I know so many Sarahs and Bens. Oh my god, this is the book I hated as a child. Oh my god. Okay, let's see if I was correct.
What is it?
Correct. Oh my god, it's by the same author. What? This guy wrote my favorite book and my least favorite book
Oh dang.
as a child. Wow, that's contentious.
Oof.
After losing Dandy, her family's beloved horse, Christine decides that she will never get close to a pet again. It's just too heartbreaking. So when her father surprises her with a new puppy for her birthday, Christine is furious. With a new sister on the way, who needs a wriggling, messy, noisy yellow ball of fur to look after? But how can an animal-loving girl resist the sweet brown eyes of a puppy that just wants to be loved?
Aw.
I hated this book so much. I had to read it for a book report.
Oh.
Well, I had to pick a book for a book report, and I hated it. And like I read it, and then I did my book report, and I was like, this book was terrible. I hated it. It was boring. And the teacher's response to this was, well, why didn't you read another book? And I'm like, well, I read this book. Like, am I going to keep reading books until I find one I like? Like, no, I read this one. It was awful. Here's my report.
You're only allowed to do book reports on books you like.
Exactly. She's like, if you hated it, like, why didn't you just stop reading it? It's like, because the assignment isn't stop reading a book. Listen, lady.
Listen, Tracy.
It wasn't Tracy, it was Miss Bohunnicky. Mrs. Bohunnicky, probably. Yeah, yeah. Listen. I don't know anything about this. Anti-puppy propaganda? True that. What's the story about the cats who go on adventures in, like, rivers and stuff? What are all the books about cats? Cat books.
Cat.
I was typing cat. So I was doing that.
Your stutter's gone too far.
Cat books for kids. Chapter book. That was the word I was looking for.
No pickup lines in our chat.
Favorite cat
not
books
have
for
this.
kids.
What? Warrior Cats and Wildcats?
Wildcats? No, that's not it. It was about these two cats that they're not strays. I think they get lost and they go through the sewer and stuff and they find their way home.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
You just read all the cat books.
Apparently.
I'm
Well, I
surprised
also read all the
didn't.
horse books too.
True. I'm amazed I didn't read more cat books growing up.
What's
I did
Bonita?
read a lot of Redwall, though. Which, did Redwall have cats? I think it did.
Okay, this was the book I read. This was the Spirit of the West series. When shots are fired at the Alamo, elegant Bonita is torn from her beloved mistress and forced to live a life of hardship. But newfound strength enables her to escape her captors and embrace a life of freedom on the open frontier.
Oh, heck.
Yeah,
Lovely Bonita.
she's lovely. Isn't that what Bonita means? It's like pretty.
I think so.
Yeah. What's this one? Cause you pretty chunky? Are you expired milk? Oh. My babysitter did an experiment with us where we left milk out and saw how it happened. And everyone I tell them about this, they're like, that wasn't an experiment. Like, they just didn't want to clean up. And I'm like, no, they purposefully poured milk into a glass to keep us entertained.
Doing science.
Sierra, spirit of the West. Sierra is a feisty filly. When natural disaster separates her from her herd of free horses, alone and struggling to survive in the harsh elements, she encounters another horse who leads her to a Lakota encampment. But can Sierra find a place with them without sacrificing her freedom and independence?
These sound like the pitches for like romance novels.
It's like horse, like that. Oh my god, you just explained it. It's horse romance. Like that's always what it is. They find a herd. Cuz like the whole point of the book is usually that they have a baby and the baby is the next book's
Right.
person. So yeah, it's horse romance.
Horse romance
That is my genre. You figured it out.
for all the
Who hears What Spirit? The one about Horsey.
Aw.
Well, that's what we were talking about. This was the book series based on the movie.
Yes.
Kathleen Dewey. Huh.
Oh, Dawn. What a character.
Skin hunger. What kind of?
Oh.
Sorry, I was just like looking. What other books did she write? What's skin hunger? Oh my god, this is long. That's a long description. I don't want to figure this out.
No, I want to know, what is skin hunger about?
There's sacred scars as well. Oh, okay, they're both related. Oh my god, this one has an award or something. I like things like Nausicaa and Princess Mononoke better. Ursula's a Mononoke kid.
I watched Princess Mononoke when I was 5 and I cried.
Yeah.
And now it's my favorite movie ever.
I had a dream that you forced me to watch Evangelion. Like, I sat down to watch Gurren Lagann with you, and then you just put on Ava, and it was like, really? And you're like, no, it's Gurren Lagann. It's fine.
That's how I'll get you to watch it. You gave it away. We're watching Gurren Lagann.
And I think when you were doing that, I was like, can we at least like watch like Full Metal Alchemist instead? Like, I don't want to watch Ava. I'm like, I'm depressed. I don't want to see this.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't watch Ava when you're depressed.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Sadama lives in a world where magic has been banned, leaving poor villagers prey to fakes and charlatans. A magician stole her family's few valuables and left Sedima's mother to die on the day Sedima was born, but vestiges of magic are hidden in old rhymes and hearth tales in the people like Sadama, who conceals her silent communication with animals for fear of rejection and ridicule. When rumors of her gifts reach Somus, a young nobleman obsessed with restoring magic, he sends Franklin, his lifelong servant, to find her. And it keeps going on.
It sounds fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It sounds like my kind of book.
It's a dark, complex, compelling trilogy,
Oh,
they
goodness.
say.
Is it, what, is it YA?
It looks like it's...
Or is it just fantasy?
It's probably YA, right?
'Cause that sounds very YA.
Let's enlarge the cover. National Book Award finalist. I don't know. What's the deal? Oh, it's young adult fantasy.
Okay.
Paranormal.
It sounds fun.
Skin hunger. A resurrection of magic.
Skin hunger. See, I was picturing, like, a
Yes.
horror.
Same, honestly. I always wanted to read Fallen because it looked like an Evanescence.
It really does. Yes. I never read Fallen.
I didn't either. I didn't read books. Well, I did, apparently. I read all the cat books.
I did read that one terrible angel one.
Fallen? Or
No-
Hush Hush?
Hush Hush, that's it. The horrible abusive guy as the main hero.
Oh my goodness. Isn't that all YA, though?
Eh.
In that era, right?
In that era, yeah. In the early 2000s YA era, yes.
Judge a book by its cover. Oh my god, these are books that were like, oh my god, all of these books are just like, the cover looks cool. And they're all the things I would look at as like a kid. To just be like, well, as a teen. Like, Shiver.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really good cover.
It is. I tried reading Shiver. I didn't really like it. I was disappointed.
Yeah, it's weird because you like
I like-
Maggie's other books, right?
I like her other books, and I thought I'd be into a werewolf book. It just wasn't for me.
Does he smooch? Sorry. My friend's asking questions about Abo and the villain.
Yeah, smooch.
I called the villain Baby, but he's not Baby.
He is not.
And then
I have to look up 1920s.
my friend said,
suits.
but
One
the
moment.
real question is, but does he smooch? He must smooch. He has
He-
a daughter.
He made a baby. He must smooch. Sorry, I'm looking up
I
a
need to tell
1920s.
Tell
suit.
him that where's my thinky face?
Suits. Right. They're all freaking. So the style in the 20s is like. They're all
Good.
very. Well, it is good. But they're all very, like, flat and wide. That was the style for everyone.
I'm flat and wide. That's me after top surgery, flat and wide.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm not very flat, but I am wide.
Sorry, did you want to talk about something? You were
Mhm.
talking about art, and I interrupted.
I'm just looking up suits so I can draw one on Dawn properly.
Oh, this is my absolute favorite one. It's
What?
John and Mary had never met. They were like two hummingbirds who had also never met.
Yes, that was so good.
Yeah. Time for some fanfic. Yes. Where's my Lul fanfic though?
Hello? Where's the Lul fanfic? I like how I keep making jokes that I want to smooch all the non-human, non-elf, non... Anytime there's a creature in Avo, I want to smooch them.
Do you want to smooch Ekuto?
I'll smooch Ekato. I'll give him a little kiss on top of his head.
You wouldn't kiss Ekuto on the mouth?
Okay, fine. I'd kiss Ekato on the mouth.
God, just because he's a cat, you're gonna dehumanize him like that? Kiss him on his head?
I know he's sentient.
Kiss his little
whatever.
peats?
Oh, I would kiss his little peats though.
His little beans?
Squinch his little ears.
Rub his little rump? His elevator butt?
Yes. I'd give him a little kiss on the snoot. Please
don't-
don't kiss Ekato on the mouth.
Why not?
Eh.
Give him a little kiss.
I love
My dog's Frenched me, and she's not even sentient. Wait,
She's
she's what is it?
intelligent.
In-
Is that
she can't even understand philosophy. You can only
my God.
kiss someone who understands philosophy 101. It's the rules.
For context, Ekato is
A little cat boy. Well, he's not a cat boy.
he's what would you even call him?
He's a cat. He's a talking cat. That's
He's a
it.
talking cat.
He's a
There you
talking
go.
cat with wings. That's the
Yes.
story.
And I love him.
He's a spirit. Because in Avo there's spirits, right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
I
There we
don't know
go.
if I would hide this.
I was dancing around because I was like, do I want to? Is this something I shouldn't say?
Yeah, we just shouldn't get into like all the spirits.
Yeah.
Big winks. Wink. Winking with my mod. Wink wink. If they don't
She's
know
not
philosophy, they're not sentient. I think, therefore I am. Okay. What?
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 Eh,
All right, philosophy 101. Let's learn.
I don't want to.
Hey, I was learning econ 101.
I don't want to do that either.
It was so boring.
It sounds boring.
I just was trying. Who the hell is Socrates? I always had to listen to this guy in drama class. It was all Socrates this, Plato that.
Should I give him? Yeah, I should.
What?
Well, because there's like two pant styles, right, for the boys in the
Mhm.
20s. Because they either have these like really wide legs
Yeah.
that like, yeah, they just had like really wide pant legs, or they have like little like golf pants with the tucked into their little socks. I think he needs the wide ones.
Guys, Ekuto dies in chapter 1. Damn.
Wow, spoilers.
I love all these people talking to each other. Like, I'm just like, go have your thing. I have trouble designing characters out of my comfort zone. Well, that would make sense, because if they were in your comfort zone, you wouldn't have trouble.
That's true.
It's a little tautological there, buddy. Buddy, old pal of mine.
Should I give him stripes? These little pointy shoes.
Pointy shoes, little
Pointy
pointy peats.
Pointy Pete's.
I want to put pants into my socks.
That's how you want to dress. It just pants up like a loser.
So it's really boring. What other topics are there? Animals? That's my favorite topic.
You need secret Ursula art hacks on how to draw characters outside of your comfort zone.
You also need to
Um.
design Celine.
Oh, you're right. I do.
She's
Okay.
way more important than Donnie.
Donnie is so important. Donnie also appears in the first illustration.
That's true.
So
But you're not going to draw the first illustration first.
you're right. Well, shoot. I guess I gotta go work on Celine.
Also, you can give people hacks because we do need YouTube clips.
Okay. I'll
Ursula's
give you some sweet hacks.
Ursula's art hacks. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's my introduction to this video. She's
Sweet.
gonna tell us some sweet art hacks on how to draw outside of your comfort zone or something.
Yeah. How do you draw characters outside of your comfort zone?
Okay, cool.
I would say it's important to, I think, first understand what your comfort zone is. So if you're like, I only draw little anime girls or something, and it's like, well, maybe I should go way out of my comfort zone and draw like, I don't know, like a big gruff manly cowboy man. But yeah, definitely identify like what you're comfortable with, and then like go the total different direction. And I would recommend grabbing reference. So go grab references of like people of all different body types. I remember there was a really great graphic that I saw that was like a bunch of athletes with wildly different body types who did all these different sports, and it was just like images of them like in a lineup. And like that, I think finding stuff like that is really good because it makes you see like, okay, I normally draw characters who look like, person A. So maybe I should try drawing characters who look like everyone else in this lineup. And then you have a reference there. Yeah, draw from life. Get photo reference. Draw people from videos. It can also help to do like random generator type challenges where instead of relying on like coming up with something yourself, where you might go to your default, like instead of going back to the same like kind of character archetypes that you normally draw, have like a friend or the internet or something just say like, hey, draft up a character idea for me, and they'll be like, okay, draw like a pink goblin who
Bakes.
Then you have to design a character like that. So yeah, stuff like that can be really helpful. Yeah, I find doing character lineups really help, because if you say you're drawing like a bunch of different characters and you draw them all side by side, it's a lot easier to like push it so that they don't look super similar to each other. Basing your characters off shapes can really help. So say you have like, I normally draw characters and I base them off like circles. So now it's like, I'm going to draw like a square character and like a triangle character. And do like a lineup of that. Does that help? I hope. It is hard to draw outside of your comfort zone because it is your comfort zone. And
you just gotta do it, right?
You just gotta force yourself. You gotta make yourself draw like ugly, horrible art that you don't like, that doesn't feel like it's your style, and just keep working at it until you get it back into your style.
The fun thing about being outside of your comfort zone, regardless of what it is, this is like a life lesson, right? If you're outside of your comfort zone, you're learning.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
If you get there's nothing wrong with like drawing the stuff you like to draw, but if you rely only on the one thing that you draw, then you might not learn as much as you would otherwise. References are fun. Get your Pinterest going. Exactly. Make a mood board.
References go brrr.
We love references in this house. They're so good. They help you draw things you can never imagine. Basing things off real life, you get so much more like interesting, diverse, like ideas and designs than just basing it off like imagination. It's like if you're designing dragons, this is the one I always go to. Whenever I'm designing like a dragon, I don't go to like your typical fairy tale story or like D&D dragon. Like go find a random lizard, like an iguana or something. And there's so many cool lizards out there. Just look up different lizard species and just base it off that, and you can come up with some really cool results because animals are cool and diverse and interesting looking. So yeah. I rely on a ton of construction, and that does not help with fat characters. Well, you can do construction lines for fat characters.
You gotta break things down into shapes.
Yeah, they just like the shapes will be different than say like a thin person, but they still have shapes. You can still construct the shape of a fat person.
Also, life drawing. Come on,
life drawing.
And if you can't even get it, well, obviously you can't right now, but like there's tons of great drawing references, like drawing models.
Yep.
Draw the nutties. Unless you're not allowed to look at naked people, then draw people in swimsuits.
Exactly. You can draw people in swimsuits.
If your parents come in, you'd be like, I'm an artist, Dad. I never had this problem because my parents are both artists.
Yeah, my dad's not an artist, but my mom was an artist, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the before times, I would recommend going to like a drawing from life class or course or something, because a lot of cities will have them, like art studios will put them on, or like community centers, art centers will put together like life drawing stuff. And who knows, they might be doing it virtually right now. I don't know. I'm making art. Exactly. I saw someone asking for any tips for line work. I've said it once and I'll say it again. So if you want really nice line work, my number one tip is don't do chicken scratch. So if you're trying to form one line, don't form it out of lots of little tiny lines, because your line work gets very stiff, it gets very sketchy. It just doesn't look great. And don't get me wrong, there's certain times where like doing this can have like a certain effect. But if you want really smooth lines, use one line instead of many. And sometimes you'll have to like erase it or undo and redo it a bunch of times till you get the line that you like. But yeah, try to reduce it down to one line instead of doing many to make up a line, because it'll make it a lot more smooth, a lot less sketchy, a lot less stiff. You get that fluidity in there. I'd also recommend playing around with like line width and line weight. So the weight of a line is how thick or thin it is. So if it has lots of weight, it's a very thick line. Generally the way I work, obviously there's different ways to line things, but whenever there's like a shadow on something, I tend to use like a thicker line. So if say like, I don't know, I'll use a face. So the face kind of towards the bottom, I'll use like a thicker line, like underneath the jaw to kind of show the shadow. And then on places where there's like not shadow, there's light hitting it instead of shadow.
You get used to looking at the naked people so fast.
Oh, you really
because
do.
You're like all of us thinking about it are like, oh my god, in a room with naked people that I don't know. But like after like 2 minutes, you're staring at their leg, like yes, the contour. Like you just don't care.
You get used to it, and like they're generally like being paid, or they're totally used to it. They're models.
Yeah, and you just get used to it.
You
like,
just
whatever.
get used to it. it's just
you desensitize to it fast.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's just a human body. You're studying it.
Exactly. I saw an interesting question.
It's your arm from drawing on a stupid easel for so long.
If you're sketching and you're doing chicken scratch, can that make your drawings look stiff even though your line art is smooth? Yes, because yeah, you lose that fluidity if your under sketch is the chicken scratch. Just because because it'll be stiff because you're not getting that fluidness from the get-go. Your shapes will likely be kind of stiff. Not as, and the thing is, like, that doesn't mean your sketches have to be like perfect.
Oh, here's. Oh, sorry.
Because mine are not perfect at all. My sketches are super duper sketchy, like, as I will show you. Like, oh shoot, that's a lined version that I've taken away.
How do you keep yourself from overworking during streams? Like overworking your art?
Oh, I see.
They once spent 9 hours from sketch to finish coloring.
Oh goodness. I mean, 9 hours is a decent amount of time to work on something, depending on how complicated the piece is.
That's true.
Oh, but let me just finish my thought about sketchiness. Oh, no problem. Because, like, my sketches are messy. Like, I'll have lines that go off randomly, but I'm usually, like, putting them down really quickly and, like, fluidly, where I'm trying to get, like, an energy to them. So you don't have to have perfect lines for your sketches, and you can smooth things out when you go over them. But doing the chicken scratch, where it's, like, several lines to make your line, can lead to stiffness. Because I will sometimes go over lines a lot, but it's usually when I'm trying to figure out, like, not going over lines, but, like, going over around the shape of an object when I'm trying to get, like, depth. Or I'm trying several different lines. Like, here there's two beside each other where it's like, I tried this thickness and I was like, well, I want to try this thickness, but I'm not erasing it, so I have reference for both of them, and then when I line, I'll go over the one I like, if that makes sense. Okay, so the question about how do you stop from overworking? That's hard because, especially early on, it's hard to tell when something is finished. I would say take a step away between stages. Or if, like, you have a problem where, like, you spend, like, 9 hours on just, like, a single sketch and you can't step away from it, like, put a timer and be like, I'm only allowed to work on this for half an hour type thing, if it's that extreme. But generally, like, taking a step away between steps really lets you see where... It really lets you see, like, where things are, like, undercooked and where they're overcooked, if that makes sense. Because yeah, when you're staring at something for a long time, you can either see, like, flaws in it everywhere, or you see no flaws in it and you just keep going till the end, and then the next day you come back to it and you're like, this sucks. I drew the face all weird and wonky, and how did I not see this yesterday? So going and taking a breather between stages can really help with, like, figuring things out. It's hard. I think in the early stages, I think it depends on where you're having problems with, like, overworking things. Getting feedback can also help a lot if you're, like, showing it to people as you work through it. So you work on your sketch and then you show it to, like, a critique group, and then they'll tell you, like, if it's overworked or if it needs more stuff, and then you can go through the different stages like that. But yeah, but I'd recommend, like, it definitely depends on, like, how complicated the piece is. Like, if it's really, like, detailed, like, obviously it might take you 9 hours to sketch this thing because it's so detailed. But if you're doing, like, I don't know, art like mine, I guess, like, limit your time that you're working on it. Be like, I'm gonna make a finished piece in 2 hours. and try to make it work and force yourself to speed up. If that makes sense. What's everyone saying? My goodness.
They have all sorts of questions for you.
They do. My goodness. A simple sketch takes me 40 minutes. Fear of failure keeps me from redrawing and redrawing until I think it's perfect. I mean, iterative stuff can really work too. Like sometimes if you're struggling and something's not looking right, instead of like erasing it and redrawing it, just draw a new version on like a new canvas or beside it. Like, cause that's what I do with all these designs when I'm trying to figure them out. Let's see. Oh, I got rid of a bunch of them. But like here with Dawn, like the first one didn't work, so I tried like a more square face, and then I went for like the more oval face, and then I kept trying things, and I eventually picked one I liked. So like doing iterations of it can really help kind of get what you want without committing too much time. I have another question about poses. How do you make more fluid poses? I try to not overwork my lines in the sketching phase to prevent stiffness, but if you have tips, I'd gladly listen. For posing, it's really important to have like your through line of movement. So like a really stiff pose will have... Sorry, how do I explain this? So when you're drawing someone, they have a line of motion that goes through the figure. You'll learn this if you do like a figure drawing class. Sorry, let me just draw someone quickly to... Oh, I know. I could probably use like an example of what I have. That would probably be better. So like this one, let me up the... So this one that I have here. So like there's a through line. It sometimes follows the spine, sometimes it follows like their limbs. It really depends on the pose. I'd have to grab like a bunch of different poses and show you. But like a dynamic pose will have like a curve to your line of movement. And sometimes you can get ones that are like this, or like, I don't know. But you know, you get like really like curvy, interesting lines. Whereas if you have a character who's just like if I go to Dawn here, like this is kind of a stiff pose because the line of movement is like not there. It's just like a straight line. You can also add like dynamicness to the piece by changing like the angle of things. So you could take like a character who's just standing straight up and changing the camera angle. So like doing like an extreme like above or an extreme below shot or something like that. You can add dynamicness to their posing. Yeah, I'd recommend looking into line of motion, because that'll help you a lot with like creating dynamic posing. I've also heard that there's another thing called like the box trick. So if I have oh, I know. Here, sorry. I'm doing this the wrong way. So if I have a character, let's say I have this guy, just like stand in here. My lovely little stick guy. This is he. And then I'll draw like another guy who's like, I don't know, doing like a, I don't know, like a cool superhero pose thingy, like where they land all cool. So basically, there's the box trick to tell if your pose is dynamic. So you basically take like the silhouette of your character, and the pose they're in, and if you draw a rectangle around them, like touching, like all the places that they would touch the edge, like top of their head, etc., to the bottom of their feet, the more the sorry, this one's a bad example.
Hello.
Hello. But the more of the character you have touching the outside of the rectangle, the more boring the pose is. So if I have my guy here, it's being all boring. So like lots of him is touching this rectangle because he's just standing straight. Yeah, just a lot of surface of him is touching the sides of this box, whereas this one's more dynamic because we only have like here it's touching and here and here and here, where this is like all this is touching, all that is touching. Yeah, so the less it touches the rectangle around it, the more dynamic the pose is. That can also help with like, well, I don't know. It can help with readability because if you have a really distinct silhouette, that can help with being able to read it quickly. But these boys have been imprisoned in red boxes. Save them.
Hi.
Hi. Straight lines are okay, but not if your character looks like they're doing the robot. Straight lines create power and stability. Use curves in other places to contrast and emphasize this. Yeah, totally. For the line of motion stuff. It's a cool trick. It's a fun one to figure out if your posing is dynamic. Coffins, yes, put them in coffins. Slender Man. I was thinking that as I was drawing. I was like, okay, Slender Man. Thigh gap lad.
I'm so tired.
You're tired? Aw.
Yeah, I haven't been sleeping well.
Aw, I'm sorry, Boo. Do you have any advice for fleshing out characters from just a design or concept to something more fleshed out and different from your other characters?
Well, let's do that with our lovely Celine. Get some work done.
Okay.
Yeah, we've done some talks.
Okay.
We've fed the masses their bread.
Your bread. Eat your bread. Okay, Celine.
Celine.
So Celine, she's a very serious lady.
She do be serious. She was raised beneath the mountain of Tia. Wait, not Tia. Yeah. She was in Tia. Beneath the Dragon Mountains.
Yes.
Yes. Give me cake.
I would love cake.
She's a strong, independent lady who has a man already. And he needs to be held gently, for he is breakable.
Okay, I think
flawless segue. Yes.
what I'm drawing now will not work. That looks too much like other characters. So, okay, what would her shape language be?
Aren't you gonna look at like cute little hairstyles?
I was.
Yeah.
Because I need like black hairstyles
from the 20s. Yeah. They're so cute.
They're so cute.
I just realized I can't draw, so I'm gonna watch some videos. Love the stream though. See ya. Have fun.
Have fun.
We love you. You pronounce Celine all funky. I don't know. I don't know how we. I don't know what it is. It's Celine or Celine. It's one of them.
One of them.
Pepper Ann. Oh my god, I remember that show. Oh my god, these are some hot wolves. Damn, he's a meaty boy.
dear.
Oh, well, wait, one's a tiger. Oh my god, they're handsome. Oof. My goodness, I'm gonna give that a like. Some hands. Oh lord.
Goodness.
I think I'm an art rat. Oh lord. Oh no. Get out. I just got a whole bunch of like notes for Avo to fix and stuff, but I need to keep my hands off of it
No touch.
and work on Avo book 2 for
No
a while.
touch.
Just move forward.
Heck yeah.
Taller than Asler. I imagine her being very slender with broad shoulders.
Ooh.
Taller than Asler.
Oh, I kind of like that silhouette. Like,
Powerful.
how? Yes. I imagine she wears like a lot. Like, it's hard because it's not the style, but I always imagine her wearing like those really like form-fitting dresses that are really long with like
yeah.
a tail. But I don't think that is the style.
No. I gotcha though. Every woman in Avo be like, step on me. Except Aurora. I don't really want Aurora to step on me.
No,
She's too cute.
she's sweet.
She's too sweet. Well, she would probably step on you if you wanted.
Yeah. She wouldn't have any objections.
Yeah, she's all for it. I just want to hold her hands.
Me too.
But I can't hold all of them because she has 4 of them.
She
And
could
we
just cup your
she could
hands between hers.
We could both hold her hands.
Yes.
She needs powerful shoulders to hold her bling. Why are these tigers so hot? I don't know. They're just really hot tigers. I want to tell you to look in my likes, but I don't know. Let's see. What do I like on Twitter?
It's just all tigers. Just all hot tiger furry.
No, it's all politics stuff. That's my bigger fear. Oh, it's a cute Zelda.
I actually, going back a bit to talking about drawing like stuff outside of your comfort zone, I find drawing fan art is actually a great way to like try things you wouldn't normally try. Because if you have a character design that's like very different from what you normally draw, but you like it, like you can learn to draw certain things that you normally wouldn't ever try. And it's a fun exercise. Anyways.
I followed Bones on Twitter and discovered what could be only described as a hot zoo. What? I don't even I don't you broke me.
He has no defense.
I don't like sexy furries all the time.
Just
I do it
it.
not even half the time. I'm trying to find the last time I liked a furry. That doesn't count. That's lovely. Yeah, I don't like them. You know why I don't? I see them on my dash all the time, but I'm worried if I like them, they'll like show up and like people who follows me's feeds, and then people will judge me for all of the meaty boys I'm liking all the time. I like them as a treat.
You
yes.
need to get like your side account.
Yeah. Don't want to be horny on main.
Exactly. You just like
Oh,
them as
right,
a
the
treat.
sweet craft dinner. Ugh,
Ugh,
so gross. Yeah.
the candy craft dinner. No thanks. We'll super judge you. No.
I like some pictures of horses.
Do you guys recommend any art schools? Wouldn't know. Never went to art school.
I know nothing of art or school. We're talking about favorite ship dynamics. Stupid, also stupid. Yeah, I don't know what my favorite ship dynamics are. They probably just come out in my writing.
I like the grumpy one and the happy energetic one.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
one we
fave.
do together. I like the strong, supportive one and the deeply messed up one.
Yes.
That's me. I'm that one.
Is that our ship dynamic?
Yeah. Except we're both messed up.
I know. We're both silly. That's our deepest problem. We're just too silly.
I too would judge you for your sexy furries. Stupid sexy furries.
Stupid sexy furries.
Like the stupid sexy Flanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was doing it.
Okay. I was just making sure. I was just explaining the joke. I love you like that, right? You like that in a person when they explain the joke?
Love that.
Same.
So why you married me?
Yes.
Because I have mom humor, where I explain jokes. Small but supportive lad who's protected of large but gentle soft one. That is me and Bones also. He do protect his large but gentle and soft lady. I'm weak for spiky characters that hide a soft heart. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god. Daff.
Yes. I love those characters.
Oh,
The
I
heart of
want
gold.
Daff to punch me, but not actually, because I'd die.
Break my spine in half.
Daffodil, please rip out my spine.
Oh, I love
Named
that
after
RP.
an earth flower.
Yes.
I loved her brother Cheese and
Yes,
Apollo.
Cheese
How
and
they had
Apollo.
to fight to the death.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Was it Cheese who won and was deeply messed up? Or was it Apollo?
I think Apollo won.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm.
Talking about RPs. We don't talk about our RPs much anymore.
Mm-mm.
We're
do
doing our witch RP. It's a deeply messed up one too. We just
It is.
indulge in horrible messed up BS whenever I get the chance to RP because I don't have to worry about showing it to you guys. And we're like, haha, you think I'm mean to my characters in the stories? Guys, I can be so much worse.
He is so mean to characters in our RPs.
Yeah, I am. Thank you so much for explaining, Bones. I would be lost without you. I don't know what I explained, but you're welcome. Unless I didn't explain anything and that was sarcastic, in which case you're also welcome. Witches, yeah. Our current one is about... There's like a witch world, or not a witch world, there's like a magical world. Where there's like witches and sorcerers are very 1%. Where like sorcerers have children who are also sorcerers and they get more powerful as they like gather material, like you need like materials to like cast spells and stuff, and sorcerers kind of have monopolies on that kind of stuff, and witches are oppressed and not treated well by society at all. It's a lot of like destroying their culture. And then there's witches in our world too, because they just show up. But no one really knows they're a witch because the culture of witches has been really destroyed. Magic belongs to the sorcerers only. That's the story. My favorite ship dynamic is Big Scary Vampire Lady and Small Idiots. But I'm the small idiot. That's beautiful.
I love it. I just want a tall vampire lady to pick me up and put me on her shoulder and give me a little piggyback ride in a creepy Victorian mansion. Hello?
The more witches, the better. For real. Ursula's character is bad. She used a love potion on someone.
Yeah, it wasn't very.
And it
Good
wasn't
consent.
and it wasn't even a love potion, and she accidentally turned someone into her familiar.
Oops.
Yeah, whoopsies.
Oopsie doopsie.
Oopsie doopsie.
My bad.
Whoops. She's now the girl she has a crush on has been turned into a unicorn fox.
I mean, is that such a terrible fate?
It is definitely a terrible fate.
Ursula snapping in half at the door frame. Listen.
That's like when some good segregation bones. You're welcome. What? Oh, there's also demons.
Oh my god! The corporate. The corporate demon hell.
You shouldn't say spirit animal, I think. Right?
Yes, I believe that
Yeah.
is appropriative.
But you can't say Patronus either, because, like, that's also tainted now.
Right?
I guess you could say kin. You could. My heart is my soul.
You can say, like, I love them on a deep spiritual level.
That's true.
I spiritually identify.
It's okay. Like,
I don't know.
you,
don't
you
worry.
didn't know. That's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. Thank you. I will become Speed. Hell yeah. Unicorn Fox is my breakfast. There you go.
There you go.
June's got this. There's a demon. Well, he's not a demon. He's a Cambion. His name is Lou.
I love him.
Lou is lovely. So he's an asexual Cambion. So basically he's an incubus who is sex repulsed, and he needs to have the smecks in order to pull people's souls out, but he really doesn't want to do that, and he does not do that. So he has started a business instead where he amasses money on auctions and then buys souls. Ace incubus. Yeah. In all levels, I'm a unicorn. Fox. There you go.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, he's baby. Well, he's not baby. Like, okay, so what he does is
He doesn't. His business is not exactly.
okay. Let
the
me
best.
explain his business.
Okay.
So what his business is, he's basically kind of a catfish, wherein he will talk to people online and like romance them and stuff. And then once he's formed like a connection with the person, he then sells the relationship to a sorcerer who would want it. So he'd be like, okay, I've become friends with this girl. Now you can just like with like a magical little swap, she'll think that you're me, whatever. The relationship is all yours. So that's what he does, because he's got like his incubi kind of powers where everyone thinks he's cute and is interested in him. So that's how he does his do.
Mm-hmm. Which
And
isn't
so
cool.
the unicorn fox girl was dating him,
Yes.
and they got like engaged, and he was going to sell that relationship because he'd worked really hard on it. And, you know, okay, here you go, sorcerer. You now have a girl who's in love with you and you're married and stuff. But this damn witch turned her into a fox. And then he didn't have the money to pay for a soul because he pre-bought a soul because he was starving. And he was like, well, I have the money to cover it. And well, he doesn't. And now he's indebted to demons. But don't worry, he gets to go work for them and it'll go great. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what's awful about the world we kind of created
What?
is it kind of exists. The company towns exist, so that's basically what he lives in,
Yeah.
right? Because company towns, what are those? Wasn't it like they have like fake money and stuff?
Yeah.
So like
So you
you
can-
get paid in money that like you can use within your company town.
Yes. You can use it at the store in the town, but
if
it's
you
not like.
left, it wouldn't be money at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like
Ye-
Ford Town, I think. Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
My brain's like, it's like if you worked for Joja Mart and they gave you Joja bucks. You could only use it at Joja Mart.
Is the magic relationship swap just him giving the sorcerer his username and password? I mean, basically, right? Yeah. And so, yeah, Ursula's character is kind of regretting what she did,
A little bit.
because they can't undo the spell. Oh, they also have another one. She has a sister. Mel has a sister, the fox.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and her sister knows a sorcerer.
Yes.
Is he a sorcerer?
No.
No, he's a witch.
He's a witch.
He's a witch, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
He's a witch, and he has a Oh, right. Yeah. So her love interest, let's be real, is this witch boy who is it Josh?
I think so.
Yeah. So Josh
his
is like a witch, and he has a parrot that is his familiar. But Josh lost his soul to a demon. A demon ate his soul and killed all his family. And Josh lived through it because he had a familiar, and a familiar has like a soul bond to you. So like you kind of like share a soul. So he's got like a little bit of soul left,
Yes.
but he's still very like muted, and yeah, he can't emotion really well or memories. He's a sad boy, but he's not sad. He's okay. Parrot soul, yeah.
Yes.
I have some icy feelings about selling the relationship. Does that get addressed in the comic? Well, it's not a comic, it's just an RP.
Yeah. But oh yeah, it gets addressed. They're like, "What are
Well,
you
yeah.
doing? That's evil."
Well, it's like, your girl, Sybil, who has used a love potion,
Yeah.
he's like, oh yeah, you're really great.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you did is great. Though she kind of hides it. Like, that's her thing, where she keeps like hiding the fact that she did that.
Yeah. And she's gonna eventually.
She hasn't even told her girlfriend.
You're right. Her
Yeah.
new girlfriend.
Yeah, she actually got a girlfriend.
Yes. She actually met someone and they actually fell in love normally.
Yeah, because they were both witches.
Yes. And they had a dog and a fox
Yeah.
who became friends.
Yeah, it was a good time. Unfortunately, her girlfriend was cursed by a sorcerer.
Oops.
So that if she was to fall in love, a curse would fall upon her. And a
Yes.
curse is falling upon her, of course.
Of course.
Come on. Nothing can be nothing can be good.
No. They can't have good, nice things.
Yeah. So we made like a coven of witches. Well, I guess I made a coven of witches
Yes.
with like different stories and stuff. So there's like one witch who's like a cat witch. So like when you have a familiar, you end up like taking on like their traits,
Mhm.
and then with magic you like cover it up. So like Sybil has like her fox unicorn, so she has like a unicorn horn and like a little fox tail.
Yes.
She's a little fox girl, anime style. but she uses like magic to like hide it.
Yes.
And there's like a cat girl, and the cat girl has the reverse situation of kind of Josh, where her familiar died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, her familiar was killed, so she's off the deep end, unfortunately. She's just like, she behaves like a cat person.
Yes.
Yes, she is broken. Her witch is immune to magic, or do they have a way, like, question if they are in love or if they're being catfished? Well, I don't think he'd catfish a witch, but like, no, witches aren't like immune to magic by any means. They're kind of like some of the weakest magic users. Because witches are mostly like new lines of sorcery that don't continue because they like they appear kind of spontaneously through non magical families.
Yes.
Sorry if anyone's bored by this.
I was telling you the world of RRP.
Design in Solen. It's looking cute.
Yeah. I figure I'm giving her kind of like a triangle diamondy shape.
Powerful.
Power.
I'm playing Stardew, and that's why I was like, well, that's a good reason to be late.
I approve. As a fellow farmer.
I guess I'll keep. No one told me to stop or has told me anything. There's no feedback whatsoever. So
So
I will just continue talking about witches. You can't stop me. There's another witch who is covered in spiders.
Oh right.
She's got like spiders like burrowed in her.
She got infested.
She's like covered in like little like trichotillomania holes.
Bleh.
Is it no,
No,
that's
tryptophobia.
tryptophobia. Yeah, sorry. Trick is like pulling your hair.
I'm
yes.
all for it.
I'm fine talking about spiders, no problem. So yeah, she's got like all these like spiders that like live inside of her and like have infested her, and she has a familiar who is a spider, but that's not why she's covered in spiders. So she was an orphan, and she grew up in like an orphanage run. She grew up in an orphanage run by like a sorcerer family, where she was like put to work. With these spiders, like she would like pull out their like silk because their silk is magical. They're like magical spiders. They're like they're called like rainbow silk spiders, and yeah. So she worked doing that, and she got bit, and when you get like bit, like it makes like a little hole in you that the spider goes on to live in and lay its eggs, and then you're infested, and happens. That's her life. And she eventually like ran away because she wasn't like allowed to leave because she like has the sorcerer's property. Like you can't just run off with their spiders even though you're infested with them. Yeah. I'm trypophobic. Well, now, yeah,
R.I.P. I'm sorry.
yeah. So,
Yeah, and they're not gonna spend the money to get the special expensive ingredients to get you uninfested.
yeah. Well, it's your problem.
Hmm.
Yeah. So she grew up with that, and eventually like ran away and has formed a coven where they're like hiding. And the cat girl is with them. Actually, I was just looking at their stories like to because we were getting back into it.
Heck
Yeah, so like there's all these because sorcerers kind of suck, there's like a lot of like pressure to like um give up your like witch children, and it's banned. Like witches are not allowed to raise other witches
Hmm.
because like witches won't give birth to like witch children. Like they would, I guess it would be a sorcerer, right? Like if two witches got together and they had a magical child.
Yeah,
Be-
you become a sorcerer because you have a lineage of magic. Then.
yeah, but I don't even know if that would count at this point
Yeah.
in the world. But like, yeah, if you're a witch, you're not supposed to like raise a young witch and teach them witchcraft. Like that's banned. That's illegal. You can't do that. Um, are you done with Magpie? No.
No.
She's just. Well, I guess she's done with like Magpie that she can work on stream right now.
True, because I finished volume 3. So I
feel
need
my
to start work
fingers
on
have
volume
holes
4.
in them now. Thanks, Bones. I'm planning a comic where a demon is basically a bunch of spiders wearing a person suit. Can witches be any gender in the RP, or are you going to be regular female witches only? Well, actually, there's some lore to that too.
Yeah.
Men and women and non-binary people can like all be witches. However, like in old witch culture, which is slowly being erased by the sorcerers, of course, but in witch culture, you only are supposed to teach women to become witches. Like you're not supposed to teach witchcraft to boys, even if they like show like skill for it. Like, because like one of Ursula's characters is a boy who's like living with his grandma, who is a witch, and he has witchcraft and he wants to learn, but she won't teach him.
Yes.
And she refuses to even acknowledge that he's a witch, which is kind of good for him because she was also raising his sister, and she ended up being rehomed for being in an unfit home where they were teaching her witchcraft.
Unfit home.
Yeah.
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 And that's Melinda, who went on to.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
forgot that Melinda's the sister.
Yeah. Melinda is part of our witch coven.
What's the guy's name? I can't remember the.
I don't know.
Oh.
Forget his name. He's
Yeah.
yours. So yeah, she was adopted by like a new family, and like so sorcerers tend to like have. They tend to like have lots of like ingredients and like business. Like it's basically their business where they like have some sort of magical ingredient that they tend to, like the spiders for like that one like orphanage. And like even more important families will have like control over like all sorts of like magical supply lines. Where so Melinda worked with frogs. Yeah, she would catch frogs. And they're like these magical frogs that are used to create like beauty potions basically and undo like blemishes and whatever. But through catching like all these like frogs and stuff, like she's like covered in warts and a little off colored, tipping towards green a bit from all the frog wrangling. Yeah. Whereas, like, if you distilled the frogs into a potion, like, you could undo it, but she can't have access to the frogs.
Yes.
Because her family, her family wouldn't let her do that.
Mm-hmm.
It was just her chores, you know? Everyone has chores. Hers was to collect frogs. Froggy makeup, yeah. And be witches, yes, exactly. A spider is in a person suit is my childhood fear of mine. I'm sold.
I thought you were just going to say that was my childhood.
Eventually, this is purely because I always feel I need context for them. Everyone needs a home, essentially. I I guess whenever I have like an OC without a home, I try to like make a RP with them until they find a place.
Yeah.
There was another witch that was in their coven too, who is a 400-year-old witch.
Oh,
she was
right.
immortal.
Oh, right. Yes. And it was not a very fun immortality.
Yeah, she was like, so like there's this magical snake that if it bites you, you're immortal. Cool, right?
Yeah.
So she was
fun.
harvesting the venom of this snake, and she got bit and became immortal. And the problem with this immortality is that you're forever haunted by like the dead because they want to be alive again. I think is the deal apparently.
Yeah.
And like you're just forever like tormented by the ghosts of the dead. And she was also experimented on because like the witches, the sorcerers were like, okay, well, you have the venom in you, like how do we discover immortality through this?
Mhm.
Yeah. And she just wanted to die. She wanted to die real bad.
She said, I'm done.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And then she was like, I forget why she actually ends up dying. Oh, right. It's because like she lives a long time, and the new person who comes into possession of her basically doesn't want to keep up this immortality project, thinks it's stupid, and releases her, and does the anti-venom or whatever,
Oh, right. Which then.
which then like she slowly starts dying.
Mhm.
Yeah, over the course of a year. Y'all are so wholesome, but all your characters are suffering. Lamau. Yes,
Yes.
it's true. I love making my immortal characters sad. Oh my god, listen. Don't at me like that, Andy. Come on. Come now. Did the stream stop?
Did it?
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I switched. Sorry,
Scared me.
I was on the wrong YouTube video.
Oops. Bones, how does this look for Celine? Do you like her
Looking
hair?
good.
Is her hair cute?
She kind of looks like a villain though.
Oh, she does. Gotta bring it back.
Yeah, she looks too villainous.
Okay. Because I want her to look serious.
Yeah, like I think your first drawing of her was good, but then she got more villainous as you did iterations.
Okay, I'll pull it back.
Yeah, all my characters, I make them really sad. It's my favorite thing to do. My problem is making Ursula do things mean to my characters because I don't always want to be the one doing mean things to my characters. Sometimes I want Ursula to do mean things to me, but she's not good at it.
I'm really not.
I'm like, please torture my characters, and she's like, no, they're babies, I can't. I'm like, oh god, why don't I might as well just be writing my own novel. Trying to trying to draw but my hand won't cooperate. Look, I'm trying to talk but my mouth won't. So
Listen,
and I'm a YouTuber, so you know, even if you're an artist who can't draw, you'll be good.
don't worry about it.
Making characters sad is one of the funnest things to do though, for real. Like I don't understand people who make their characters happy.
I was thinking about. This is totally an over exaggeration, but I was thinking about fan fiction. And I was like, I found this one fanfic I was reading, and it didn't feel like a fan fiction. And I was like, why? Why doesn't this feel like the normal fan fiction I read? And I was like, it's because it's not. No one's happy. It's not fluffy at all.
Oh, you like fluffy ones.
I do.
We used to have an RP partner that we both complained about all the time because we were bad teens who complain about our friends. You know,
Yeah.
you know how it is. I'm sure tons of you know how it is, right? It's trash talking your friends, but we didn't understand them because they would always want to just do domestic fluffy stuff. all the time. Like we do an RP and they want nothing to happen. They just be like, no,
No.
they're married and they live in a house now and we cuddle. And you're like, well, where's the conflict? Like,
And they were like,
what
no,
conflict?
no.
No. Making self-inserts sad though. Oh my god, I do that all the time. That's how I work through my own emotional trauma. Do it through a character. It's easier on
yeah.
my heart and soul.
Heck yeah.
Just vibing to this music.
It's just really good music.
My goodness. Gotta balance cuddles with conflict. Yeah, my problem is I don't do enough cuddles.
Sometimes I'm like, can we just stop for a cuddle break?
Yeah.
Can we just have some domestic fluff?
Yeah, and we do.
We do.
And it's been months of it.
Bones is like,
I
what?
demand my conflict. Where's the plot, though? Even fluff needs plot sometimes? Not necessarily. If it's an RP, you don't need to go anywhere. As long as you're having fun, who gives a two heckin' craps?
Exactly.
Just bopping. I'm sorry.
Is that more friendly looking?
Yeah, that's more friendly looking.
Okay.
Yeah, you rounded it up.
Yeah. Oh, what have I done? Oh no.
What did you do?
No, my pen's dead.
Oh no.
Aw. Well, okay.
How can
Time to
you
chit-chat.
see into my eyes?
Well, my pen
like
charges a little
bent
bit.
doors?
How we all doing?
I always make my characters already have sad backstories, or I make super happy character experience the worst things imaginable. Why not both? I like to like abuse my characters. Like I like abusive situations. Like I don't do that as much in my novels anymore.
Mhm.
Magpie is where I go the hardest with making things horrible. But it's horror, so I'm allowed.
Definitely horror is where you can explore those very dark
feelings,
stories.
yeah. I was on Sociopath Reddit the other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I was researching for my sociopath character. Because I added a sociopath because when I was 13, I thought, oh wow, sociopath, that's really cool. I'll do
So
that.
cool.
And she was so damn edgy and it was great. But now it's like, okay, well, what is it actually like? Like, what are your emotions like? And I just like stand from the background. And I'm gonna say, sociopaths, they're all right so far. Like, they seem like all right people from what I'm reading. Except some of them. Okay, some sociopaths are a little too much into it, and they're a little too edgy. Like, they remind me of like being a teen. They're like, haha, I just want to watch people die. I'm like, well, okay.
Really?
Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah. Antisocial personality disorder or whatever.
Hmm.
Because the thing about antisocial personality disorder is must be really hard. Because, like, isn't it like 1 in 5 people in prison have ASPD?
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's I don't know how to feel about it. Because it's like a mental illness.
Yeah, right.
But a lot of them don't really care, because that's kind of the thing,
Mhm.
is you don't really care. Well, like, okay, some experiences were actually kind of sad, because I was like looking at like how someone with antisocial personality disorder would like deal with like grief, right?
Mhm.
And some of them are just like, how do I appear to be grieving correctly? Please tell me, like,
Aw.
how long is it? How long should I be like making like sad faces. Like how long do I keep at this? Because
Aw.
they'll be like the first day they're like, wow, it hit me, and now I'm done. Like
Aw.
it's like I miss the utility that this person had in my life.
Aw.
And then there was like one person who was like I like their description of it because I was like, wow, that actually sounds like a really sad way to live. Where they were like, it's like the initial shock of like here. I guess it's like it's like a constant feeling of like something like bad has happened, but you don't know what.
Oh, okay.
Or it's like another one was like they described it as, you know, like the shock that happens when you're first told and you like can't believe it. It's like that, but forever.
Oh,
And I'm like, oh my god, that's really hard. Yeah.
like with dealing with grief?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I think like with it, it's like completely determined by like how you're raised, right? Like
Mhm.
well, not entirely. I think the theory is that like you either have it or you don't. Like you have the personality disorder, and depending on how you're raised is how what you end up doing with it.
I see.
Like if you're like really abused, like you could go on to be really abusive yourself.
Right.
Whereas if you have a nice loving home, you can go become a CEO.
Oh my god.
What? That's the two populations.
The two.
Yeah, CEOs and prison populations. That's
Oh.
like the where there's a high concentration of like ASPD.
I see.
I think. I don't know. I could be like,
Go become a CEO. Oh my god. But yeah. See, I figured like I don't know. I don't love the narrative around
21% of CEOs. What? Okay, yeah. Yeah. It's the same. It's like the exact same ratio in prison populations as it is among CEOs. Which
hello?
makes sense because if you don't have high level empathy, I could see being a CEO is a lot easier. If you
Sure.
don't. Yeah.
But I don't like the narrative around APD with like, oh, they're all evil murderers. It's like, no. These are people who
Yeah.
have a mental illness. Can
Well,
we not?
it's the one that's really difficult because they don't really care. like it's from what I've like been reading, like from like the like just like sociopaths just talking, it's like they don't really care what the perception of them is because that's the thing they're missing is like caring about like other people.
Right.
Yeah. Or I guess empathy and emotions. Like it was interesting like hearing them like talk about like which emotions they feel and which ones they don't, and they're just all very very muted. It has to be like a really big thing to get like an emotion out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So like I don't think you're gonna upset them is the thing. Like it's
not
a
gonna
group of
upset
people
them if
that'd be
I'm
really
mean.
hard to like upset because that's kind of the thing is
Mm.
they aren't upsetable. Although my guy friends have told me horrible things that have happened to them that clearly affected their lives, but they just brush it off, and it makes me sad. Being a guy is hard. Like that's not necessarily like sociopathy, right?
No.
Because like toxic masculinity is like repressing all feelings.
Yeah. A lot of men are expected to not show their emotions.
And I mean, one other side of it is it's a lot easier to compress your emotions down when
Yeah.
you have testosterone. Like, just from personal experience, like I don't think it's like a biological truth that men can't feel emotions.
Yeah.
But it's, I would just say easier to not cry now that I have testosterone versus before when I could cry about just like thinking.
Estrogen, it messes with your head.
Progesterone.
And estrogen, oh my god,
Yeah.
they make you cry
Yeah.
constantly.
They'll make you cry at nothing.
At nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just like I'm trying to imagine a society where women are supposed to be like the stoic ones, and I'm like, that must be like way harder. They'd be like way more powerful than stoic dudes. like
I
you
love
know,
that.
cis people.
Yeah.
Obviously.
This is. I love that.
And I guess the trans is on their cross-sex hormones too. But everyone's different too. You know, everyone
exactly.
has different hormone levels. It's
Yep.
fine.
Exactly. We always joke that like testosterone destroys your body and estrogen destroys your brain.
Yeah.
It destroys your mind. 'Cause-
Yeah, testosterone like just gives you heart problems.
Mm,
It like makes your skin sandpaper. It like gravels your voice up. It makes you carry fat in a way that's much more damaging to your organs.
mhm.
Like it just slowly is killing you. Whereas estrogen, it just punches your emotions like
It just
constantly.
Makes you
Yeah.
cry constantly, but your skin is great.
Yeah. And you live longer. It's great. Yeah.
But you cry and you're angry all the time and listen. I cry if I stare at a wall too long. Listen.
They did a study on psychopaths and
Psychics.
psychics and corporations and the cooperation wanted to hire them as CEOs. Yeah, okay.
This track of the album is such a bop.
Yeah.
I love it.
But that doesn't mean all sociopaths would be good in the workplace
Yeah.
because the other side of it is bullying, conflict, and stress. It's just being like terrible. Yeah, because it's easier to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's harder to control those emotions or control those actions, I guess it would be.
Mm.
Impulses.
Yeah.
Just want to watch the world burn.
And I know there's definitely a push these days to bring more empathy and compassion into CEO roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you are a smart sociopath, you just emulate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, you just act it. You just like, okay. You make a calculation where you're like, if I act empathetic, then I can perform better, and then you act more empathetic while continuing to make advantageous choices for yourself. Like, you know what? You know what it is? This is my hot take.
What's your hot take?
Sociopaths, we're no longer supposed to talk about them because that's edgy and fake, and now everyone talks about narcissists instead.
Yes.
We've just shifted words.
Yes. Exactly.
We've moved onto another side of the dark triad.
It's called being a dark empath, where you just act empathetic.
Yeah.
A good flaw for a sociopath character would be struggling with not knowing if they're actually sociopaths.
Yeah. Well, that you just described I'm Not a Serial Killer,
Yeah,
which is a really good book.
that is a good book with a sociopath as the main character.
Yep. Apparently, sociopaths have high rates of anxiety and depression too.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, I guess if
Because it's very isolating because you tend to act. There's a tendency to act in ways that isolate you from people. Like people don't want to be around you. And then you kind of need people, but you can't relate empathetically. So it causes depression and anxiety. Someone
can see
described
that.
themselves as not having any emotions, just OCD.
oh, Oh
the
no.
closest thing they had to emotions was obsessive compulsions.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm like, that's rough, buddy.
that is rough.
Yeah.
I have both, so thonk. Just because you have anxiety and depression doesn't make you a sociopath.
Most people have anxiety and depression. Okay,
fair.
not most people.
Um,
A lot of
A
they're
large percentage.
they're highly comorbid.
Yes. They
Machiavellianism, that's what we're gonna move to next.
Machiavellianism.
Because we're like sociopaths. We just need a new word for Machiavellian and then we're
Yes.
done, okay? Like we need to like disorderify this.
What's that one where you think the world revolves around you? It has a specific word.
I don't know.
Forget what it is. But it's where you feel like the world is kind of built for you.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm just thinking the world is mine. Do 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 do.
Yes. You're
Egocentric.
No, not megalomania.
Megalomania?
No, it has a really specific word.
Du-du-du-du-du.
Ooh. Depression and anxiety are like Ernie and Bert, but 100 times worse.
Well, they're not bad at all, so it's 0.
No, it's not narcissism. What is it?
Did I arrive to psychology talk? Always. Cynic. What's social dominance orientation? A personality trait measuring individuals' support for social hierarchy and extent which they derive their in-group be superior to out-groups. Oh, okay. Huh. Megalomaniac?
It's not megalomaniac. It has a specific word.
We just don't know it. It's so specific.
It's so
OCD
specific.
has literally ruined my life. Yeah, OCD is a rough one. Sorry that you have to go through it with it. Have it. It's like when people don't comprehend other people are real / complex. Megalovania, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, when people don't comprehend other people as real or complex. Yeah, there's a word for that. Where you think you're like the only real person in the world.
Oh, solipsism?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Sorry, I was thinking solipsism, but I wasn't sure. Like, that's not like a trait.
It's not?
Well, solipsism is like, you can be solipsistic. A solipsist. That would be what you
That's
are.
it.
If you're a solipsist, yeah.
That's it. That's the one. Thanks, Bones. The social disorder of getting dunked on.
I taught you that word.
You did.
Okay. Yeah, solipsism is like philosophy.
Oh, is it?
But you didn't want to talk about philosophy.
You're right. I changed my mind. They're talking about something else.
Oh god, it's part of epistemology, which is the branch of philosophy, apparently. Epistemology? What's epistemology? It's thinking about thinking, right? Thinking about knowledge? Oh my god.
Are we gonna solve the problem of hard solipsism right here? Yes, right now.
I get that way sometimes, but like sometimes you think you're being philosophical, but no, pull off the mask. It's depression.
Just rumination.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, exactly.
I'm having
That's nihilists for you. Like if you're a
Mhm.
miserable nihilist, you're just depressed. Like
Yeah.
nihilism is supposed to like free you
it's
from.
supposed to be.
Yeah, it's just a freeing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like, oh man, nothing has a meaning. It's more like, oh, thank God, nothing has a meaning. Like
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want.
Exactly.
But if you're just saying, oh my God, nothing means anything, I can take no joy in life, that's depression. You're describing depression.
You're just depressed. Yes. Yeah.
I'm too dumb to be philosophical.
Same.
Hey now. We can all be philosophical together. Let's
I don't want to be.
let's all be like philosophical.
No.
Let's philosophize
No.
together. Philosophosaurus raptor. Let's go. I need to.
Be philosophical?
Yeah.
Why?
Cuz I don't know.
Just empty head, no thoughts. Hello?
Could we be logical?
No.
Ethical?
Yeah,
So we're
Yeah.
going to learn about ethics.
that's it.
Yeah.
Only ethics. Nothing else.
Isn't ethics like related to philosophy though? Oh
it.
my god, ethics or moral philosophy.
No. Get it out of here.
Oh man, ethics. I knew it. I was like, how can ethics not be philosophy?
No.
Because you can't really. What's meta ethics? I always hear this word.
Meta ethics?
Concerning the theoretical meaning and reference of moral propositions and how their truth values, if any, can be determined. What does that mean?
I don't like that. That hurts my little think pan.
Normative.
Is it possible to be a narcissist and to hate yourself at the same time?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's most narcissists actually. Funnily enough, most narcissism comes from deep insecurity with
Yes.
with yourself to the point where you bolster yourself up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's called an inferiority complex.
Oh damn, Oberon has some hot takes on meta ethics.
Ooh. Dang.
It's a study of nature, scope, and the meaning of moral judgment. It is one of the 3 branches of ethics generally studied by philosophers. I don't know, man.
It probably means the idea of good and evil as actual governing aspects of the physical universe.
Is that what it is?
Is that it? I don't know. Alias, is this true?
I need to get Philosophy 101 book down. Let's go. We have a friend who had us a philosophy degree, but she never talks about any of it.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't understand calculus either.
My
Used to
think
say the
jelly
devil,
hurts.
though.
Same, Andy.
Okay.
People assume I'm smart enough to understand things, and then I'm too afraid to ask them to dumb
Well,
it
normative
down.
ethics addresses such questions as what should I do, evaluating specific practices and principles of actions. Meta ethics addresses the questions such as what is goodness and how can we tell what is good and what is bad. Okay.
Meta ethics is like when people argue about if ethics matter.
Okay, yeah, okay. Now I see it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense. What does it mean to be good? What is good? What is like it's not mean to be good. Like what is good and
What
what is
is
bad?
good?
Okay.
Good is
I had to research this. That's fair.
good is me, bad is Bones.
She's avoiding the existential dread that comes with discussing it. Deep black pills everywhere. I mean, that's fair.
Just don't
It
think
just
about
sounds like painful to like think about it.
it. Being good is giving me Oberon money. Yes.
Yeah, I don't love it. This stuff bores me. Okay, this stuff at least interests me slightly more than econ does. Econ makes me want to die. Like, I just listening to it, I'm just like, oh my god, please.
I have a question.
What?
Can you guys pop your shoulders out of your sockets?
I can't.
Like I can?
No, it's so gross. Don't do it. Stop doing it. No, it's gross. I hate when you do that.
That's how I feel about philosophy. I don't actually hate philosophy. I'm being a meme.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of things I hate. Like I like biology.
Biology's fun.
Okay, I like biology on some levels. I do not like green eggs and ham. I don't like biochemistry stuff. Like when it starts going into that like territory, then my brain hurts.
Fair.
Yeah.
I like history.
I hate history. History really bores me.
There's so much cool stuff in history, though.
Are Reed and Ursula still alive? Yes, we're still. It's Saturday. It's Thursday night, mother. I'm live streaming. I'm literally live. You could say hi to me right now.
They could. They could hop on and say hey.
I'm gonna just tell them we're live streaming. I'm talking to my mom right now.
Goodness. Unpopular opinion, space is boring.
Space is so boring. Oh my god, I hate space.
I find space interesting. I also find space terrifying.
Yeah, that's why I don't. It's just so boring. It's just a bunch of rocks and stuff.
But it's cool.
It's just
There
a
could
bunch
be
of
other
big
life
old
out
rocks.
there.
Well,
that-
come. I will love when there's life out there because I love biology. I'll love space biology. But right now, they haven't found any space biology. We're the only biological rock, and that's what I care about.
What? The potential. Exactly. It's so big.
It's
Exactly.
just what ifs. What you hate philosophy? And it's all just what if, what this, what that.
But
Yeah, space is boring. It's just a bunch of big old black darkness and some floaty gas balls. Like,
it's cool. It's big.
like I'm glad that people are studying it. Like it'd be ridiculous if no one did. However, it's just boring to me.
What's another thing I like? I don't know. I always feel like my interests are really boring.
What are your interests?
I like history. Oh, I like learning about diseases.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one's fun.
She was like Pog when the virus showed up.
Literally, we've been saying for years that a pandemic was imminent and no one listened.
Pandemic poggers. That's kind of what I thought of when it was happening. I'm with Bones on hating history. Okay, I like history. That's a lie. There's just a lot of it that I don't care for.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like very specific things.
There's-
Like I like looking into like what it was like to be a caveman and like what it was like to be I like medieval stuff.
Medieval stuff's good. What's your favorite historical period? I like turn of the century a lot. There was a lot of wild stuff happening.
I like general ideas of history. I don't like the specifics. As soon as it gets into like, I don't know, what's her face, McGee, and all the stuff she did, like I don't care. My dad used to watch those like history, like unraveled shows all the time, and I was just, Viking times.
I find there's like interesting stuff in every point of history.
Most of the interesting stuff in history isn't written about because it got
Right?
destroyed by frickin' us.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the fun, like interesting culture stuff. Like
Right.
recent history, I'm interested in because it's like
Oh yeah.
it has effects on my life. I love the Iron Age. Humanity was tribal and primal, but empires were still blossoming, and science was rapidly advancing. You ever think about while all this was happening, there was a land of hobbits
All the time.
that hunted tiny elephants?
It's amazing.
And just in case you didn't know, there was a not subspecies, like a different like humanoid species in the same way like Neanderthal existed, but they were little people, and they they lived on an island with tiny elephants that they hunted.
Do you ever get sad that like there isn't other like humanoid species?
I'm kind of happy because, like, can you imagine what would have happened if we'd actually found the tiny human species and, like, what we would have done to them?
Oh God, you're right.
Yeah, like, we're bad enough. We're bad enough to
I like
each
how-
other. Like, can you imagine if there was, like, a whole other species of humans?
I like how you're not like, oh God, they could be scary, and you're like, no, we would destroy them and it would be atrocious.
Literally, yeah.
You're calling short people? No, they're literally whether not human beings.
It was Homo florensis?
They weren't Homo sapiens.
Flores man. Nickname species. 3'7"
That's so little.
Yeah,
That's amazing. That's so cool.
yeah.
Humans already suck. I don't need more. Oh,
Well, yeah, like, you know, like all that weird like stuff where people thought like black people were like another species and like made all this stuff. But what if like that existed, but there's another human species where there is actual like completely different like genetic, like you can't even like interbreed with them. Like what would happen?
that'd
Like
be wild.
can you think of like all the terrible justifications for like getting rid of them would be? And like if you like genocided them, like it'd be really extra bad because you'd lose an entire species of human. Like I not to downplay genocide by any means, but like you know what I mean, like you could just like completely erase them in like a profound way.
See, like, but did Homo sapiens do that? Just in the past, in the distant,
Yeah, I guess we did.
we
But-
murdered
but-
all the non-Homo sapiens.
The only ones we kind of like existed alongside was Neanderthal, but you kind of like interbreeded with them, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like Neanderthal was like they lived at the same time and they were like people like to paint like Neanderthal being like I don't know, there's like lots of like racist like stereotypes or whatever, but like Neanderthal was freaking weren't they like white?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cuz like there tends to be like r- like a racist spin to it, right? Because like
Yeah.
there's like the ideas of like you know what I mean.
I know.
Yeah, like I don't want to have like any
Although-
yeah, like it'd be racist to be like, oh man, look at these subhuman species. They must be dark skins. Like,
yeah.
yeah, but no, they were like, it's like the opposite of whitewashing with Neanderthals. Yeah,
I see.
we interbred with Neanderthal, Denisovan, and many other ghost populations that we've yet to discover.
Oh, okay.
What was Homo florensis? It was a tiny little human species. They were tiny little homos. They were like 3 foot tall, and they lived on a little island.
Yes.
And they never like left, as far as we know, right?
And they hunted little tiny elephants.
They had various skin tones because of environment. Yeah, it's more like the Neanderthal were up in like the European like that area,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Wasn't it? Weren't they more like up ways? I don't know. I'm quoting like my ancient memories.
Your ancient memories from those times with the Neanderthals.
St. Little homos to me. Y'all are weird looking humans. Okay, yeah, I can see where like
Humans do
Neanderthal
look
did have
weird.
like a bigger reach. Okay, you know what I'm seeing? It's like Neanderthal was really European. Wow.
We are very strange compared to other animals.
Everyone in modern times is mixed with Neanderthal except unmixed Africans below the. Yeah, that would make sense.
Huh.
That's cool.
That is cool.
That's neat. What's the little guy? What's the one where like all human species like branch off from? It's not a monkey, it's like a proto monkey. Like the common ancestor. You ever look in a mirror and realize how weird the concept of a nose is? We're like hairless and stand 2 feet, huh? Homo erectus.
We're all like stretched out and weird because we have to stand upright.
Apparently, the more Neanderthal you are, the more bad your immune system is.
Huh.
Horses, okay, no. You guys are all wrong, okay? Humans, if you actually look at the evolution line of humans, humans start to actually make sense within the context of like monkeys and stuff. Like you can really tell what they are. Elephants, man. Like elephants don't look like any of their other relatives, like their current relatives. Because elephants are their closest living relatives right now are manatees and Hyaxes. Is Hyax?
My brain is like Hinox.
Maybe it is Hinox.
Is it?
What are they? No. What are they? Hyax. They're little guys.
Yeah, they're like little rodent looking things.
Yeah, but they're closely related to elephants.
That's crazy. That's buck wild.
Because, like, elephants, they're just living their lives.
Yeah, exactly. Hinox is a Zelda monster. That's
Yeah.
where I keep thinking it's Hinox.
Hinox. Because, like, there's mammoths and, like, other, like, elephant-like species. But, like, living today, like, what else is like an elephant? Whereas humans, like, they got, like, interesting feet. Like, honestly, like, that's probably, like, the most interesting thing, isn't it? Like, the feet. Humans got really weird feet. And I guess their faces are weird and brains and stuff. Like, you know, their heads are weird. Or terrible, terrible giant melons.
Yeah, or giant heads that aren't fit for birthing.
Gorilla faces sometimes give me human vibes that make me deeply uncomfortable. Right? Like, that's what I mean. Like, you can look at a gorilla and stuff and you can, like, be like, yeah, I can see the similarities. Like, you know, like... Isn't it, like, theorized or whatever that human hands have changed less through evolution than ape hands?
Oh yeah.
Because, like, I think the assumption is that, like, we used to, like, have, like, you know, like, knuckle walking hands, but apes actually developed those hands.
Oh.
Whereas ours kind of remained kind of similar. Because, like, we have, like, the graspy climbing hands
Yeah.
that are closer to... What is, like, the common human ancestor? It's, like, human, monkey, ape ancestor. Like, what's the proto-ape? I don't know. I'm not really good at primates, I'll be real. I read, like, 3 books.
Someone said Australopithecus.
No, Australopithecus, like... It's like the human ancestor. I mean, like, where do, like, all of us, all monkeys and stuff come from? Because I know Australopithecus. But even, isn't there more before wait, what are they? Human. I don't know. Mitochondrial level? I don't know, man. Homo sapiens.
Isn't the mitochondrial Eve the ancestor of all, like, humans? Maybe not primates.
Comidae.
A lot of things do turn into crabs.
I'm trying to remember, but I can't. I don't know, man. I'm
no.
sorry.
Anyways, we should head away.
Yeah, I guess we should.
It is the end, my
Homo
friends.
habilis. No, it's not a homo, okay? You guys are guessing. Okay, you guys are all guessing homo this and homo that. It's like pre-homo because
No
because it's
homo,
not
guys.
a human species. It's like the species that diverted between the one that came before we had like modern apes, right? It's our common ancestor. It's like a monkey, basically.
No homo in this house.
I have to approve all these comments because you keep saying homo and YouTube does not like it.
Like, stop.
Okay, I guess we'll say goodbye.
Okay.
Next week I'll come back and tell you what what came before the homos.
Okay, we'll see you guys on Saturday. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And we'll see you on Saturday for our next stream. Goodbye.